Good afternoon. Today we are live and direct with Leif Vollebekk, who has a great new album out called Twin Solitude, doing a show at Club Cafe tonight, and we have a room full of really awesome WYEP members. So Leif, you are a resident of Montreal, but from what I understand, you are an Ottawa native.
This is the most exciting thing ever because anywhere else in America they don't seem to care about hockey, and then here I was so proud to lose to a team in the streets yesterday. We got in last night, and I saw all these people wearing their crazy colored shirts. I guess they got for I don't know why you don't, the yellow and black is so, anyway, sorry, this is your part. You're supposed to talk. Anyway, I thought you guys won very well, beautifully. People weren't that drunk on the street. I thought you guys had a good vibe going. So cool.
You handled that perfectly.
All right. Sydney's Canadian. What are you going to do?
Well, let's get started with a song. This is from the new album, Twin Solitude. It's Leif Vollebekk.
It's me. Got my guitar, pack up the bag, get in the car. Look out the back window. Say hello to all the snow. It's piling up upon the road. I'm not gonna stop if I can. Never been to Michigan. Never been to Michigan. Now all the news is broken now, and all those things don't matter anyhow. There's an 18-wheeler with a sticker for the Steelers, and I'm done with healers and sycophants. Never been to Michigan. Never been to Michigan. Now sometimes life, it gets in the way of everything I'd have changed today. No sweet direction to settle on. You and me, Robert, we ramble on. If we captured time in its essence, then we were kids and we still are them. Now there's a chance, maybe 1 in 10, that I never been to Michigan, never been to Michigan, never been to Michigan, never been to Michigan.
We're live and direct today with Leif Vollebekk, who's got a killer new album out called Twin Solitude, and a show tonight at Club Cafe. So, Leif, that song, of course, as a Pittsburgh guy, I mean, the
Steelers,
first, right?
Steelers.
And it, okay, you know, of course, that's gonna stick in my mind. But it feels like so many of your songs take these journeys or were inspired by journeys. Do you write on the road?
I usually write when I get back. Usually I try to write on the road and it's awful. And then I'm like, this is happening. And then it's usually better in the back.
Okay.
Rear view mirror, I think. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
And from what I understand, the new album was written, you know, after a very extensive time on the road, to the point where you kind of like had enough. Can you talk about how that extensive touring affects your creative output?
I think it happens to everybody. It does, I think. But it's more like you start realizing all the, I don't know, it's like living in a house for too long. You start being like, well, this paint is totally wrong, or like this window's really drafty. And sometimes some lyrics, after a while, like, you know, they just start getting a little too tarnished, and then you're like, I don't know if this line makes sense, and you discover what works and what doesn't work. I'm kind of trailing off right now, but anyhow, but playing the same songs, you realize what songs you want to be playing if you're not happy with them, and I realized I needed some songs that were a bit more me, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, it seems like it could really go either way. It's like you live on the road with these songs for so long, maybe you find yourself more connected to them night after night, or maybe you just lose that connection after a while.
Yeah, well, there's some that I was talking to a friend of mine, and a really good songwriter, Gregory Alan Isakov. I love his music, and we were talking about how some songs kind of stay and some don't, and I find that some songs have like very small entry points, and it's hard to get into the headspace to play them, and some have like big open doors, so whatever mood you're in, they speak to you, and you can kind of grow with them. And it's only with touring, it seems, that you discover what songs those are. And usually it's the songs that people want to hear anyways, you know, so it's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. And then eventually, you know, 50 years down the line, you can do like the whole Dylan thing and play the songs that people want to hear, but
deconstructed.
Right, in a completely unrecognizable way.
And nobody complains, right?
Right.
Everyone's like, is that funny? Can you say that? The king. Don't mess with the king.
So recording Twin Solitude, what kind of changes did you make in the studio this time around? Because the sound is very different from your previous albums.
Well, yeah, I kind of knew what sound I wanted for the first time. I used to be like, what is the feeling I want? But this time I knew I wanted, not to be too technical, but I wanted like old ribbon mics on the drums and on the pianos to get like a richer, less transients. Like I kind of really knew what piano and drum sound I wanted, and then the first day of recording, I promised that, and I made the rule that we wouldn't record anything. We would just set up microphones and get the sounds right. And then the next day, we just would play, and for the rest of the week, we didn't think about sound. We just thought about playing music, and all the sounds would be the same, which is what I kind of like about a lot of the records that I like. The sound is kind of uniform from beginning to end. Whereas my other records, I was just like, this song's going to have this crazy thing, or, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. It feels very, very personal, very intimate as a listen. Like kind of, here I am, warts and all. Like it's really good. It's not perfect, but it's real.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. Or not. Thank you. I guess it depends on your position on warts. I guess.
They're good.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
They're good. Nobody's perfect.
No, it's true. I just think about witches or like. Anyhow. That's fine.
We got like 15 fingers up there.
Yeah, you and me.
That's how he gets those sounds.
Yeah.
Well, today we are live and direct with Leif Vollebekk. The new album is Twin Solitude and a show at Club Cafe tonight. How about a couple more songs? What can you tell us about this next one, All Night Sedans?
It's usually an A flat, but today at soundcheck I played it in G, and then I was like, "What's going on, G?" You know, like a little bit brighter, but a little bit also maybe a bit more open. Maybe too open. Maybe this will be a train wreck. Maybe I'll play the wrong note.
We'll find out.
Maybe we'll find out on live radio. Cool. What am I gonna do? Bound to happen anyway. Rain in the streetlights, you in the midnights. Could have had it any day. Fire was raging down at the station. It's not ours to worry about, you say. No truth at all, I should have made the call. Half a favor is no favor at all. Wish it could have been another way. Wish it could have been another way. You're sharp, you're clear, you're there and you're near, but you're too close for me to see the way that it was, not despite but because we live on eternity. Go tell Celeste, who loved you the best, as rain's falling in the street. Fluorescent lights pounding in the neighborhood store. Little bell rang when you came in the door. Wish it could have been another way. Wish it could have been another way. Now I'm driving all night today. All the things I should have done, babe, well, I do what I can. Listening to the radio as it plays on in my mind. How easily I lose the time. Wish it could have been another way. 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 Thank you. This is that synth you're hearing is a Moog Rogue, and it kind of goes rogue sometimes. I don't really know how to use it yet, but anyhow, I can just like hit a note and then it comes in later, which is fun for like a obsessive compulsive multitasker. So that's good. I just play another one. Is that how? Just roll into it. I play a song called Elegy, and I've been trying to figure out how to play it solo. Tonight we'll have the band, but something like this. Minor chords and major arcana, little leather jacket and a black bandana, kicking over trash cans and telling jokes in Atlanta. When I got the fever, hit me like a fan on the back of my hand. I don't know who I am, but I'm free for nothing, good for nothing too. Crazy to dream, still crazy about you. Won't you let me in one more time, babe? I wanna feel it too. Nothing is a lie, babe, you know it ain't you. Take a look at me now. Take a look at me now. Heart's on fire, so is the page. Everyone around here's telling me to act my age. I'm trying. Things are only revealed in the light that is given. Oh, to be freed from the parting when all else is forgiven. Rain outside's blowing in the curtain. Nothing is revealed, but nothing is for certain. As I recall, you were standing there drinking from the sanctuary wine. Well, don't worry, baby, we'll find all of our lost time. Take a look at me now. Take a look at me now. As I recall, you were standing there, you was holding your rosary bead. Everyone around it seems to think he knows what he needs. 7 ugly reasons kept me away from you then. Nothing is much weaker than the resolve of most men. I remember when we was alone in your room, staring out your window, we knew you that you'd be going soon. I was so young, babe, I hope that you knew that I meant well. But when I looked in your eyes, I thought I knew you could tell. Now I'm blown back from the cemetery gates. You who I love dearly, now I must wait to be reunited in the sky when it opens. Well, my feet are so tired, but my spirit ain't broken. Take a look at me now. Take a look at me now. Thank you.
We're live and direct today with Leif Vollebekk. Twin Solitude is the new album. It's out now. It's so good. I've heard a couple songs from it so far today. And a show tonight at Club Cafe. So, Leif, I'm a little bit nervous about this is the first time that I've listened to these songs with other people, because I feel like I've listened to it alone so many times and kind of just like relished in my own solitude while doing so, like really deep in my thoughts.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a very personal record to listen to. So can you talk about Solitude, what it means to you, and why you named this record Twin Solitude?
Yeah, well, basically, I noticed that as I got older, I needed to kind of not be around people more and more. like a slowly, like long-term, long goal, maybe being a hermit. I don't want to, but I might be okay with it. I used to be like, what's that guy doing all alone up there? But he's probably working on stuff. I was gonna say a word I can't say on the radio. You looked at me like, don't say that word.
Don't do it, man.
Yeah.
Is it scary for you to put something so personal out there for us?
No, it's like the easiest thing. It's all the other stuff was difficult. Yeah, because it's just like whatever, Like if you don't like it, you don't even notice, So it's kind of like if you notice it, you're kind of in, I think. So it's been nice. I don't have to think too much about the songs when I play them because they're just kind of me at this point, anyways.
But I guess on like a philosophical level, we all have these very specific, very personal feelings and thoughts, and it turns out that those are actually kind of universal. And it's always mind blowing to me to realize that you've written this song that means something so personal to me, and we've never met.
Yeah, well, that's so sweet. I mean, that's the thing about when you're trying to write a song that connects with people. If you're trying to connect with people, it's usually kind of obvious or like contrived. And if you don't try at all, usually it works better. And like, whenever I hear a song, and I think that's for most people too. Like, if a singer says "I," it's me, and if they say "you," it's somebody else. Like you really, for some reason, songs become you when you listen to them, which is kind of an amazing thing. You don't necessarily feel that way about like a film, But when Hank Williams says "I'm so lonesome I could cry," it's me. I never think, "Oh, Hank was so lonesome." It's me. It's me. And if I don't feel that way, I don't think about Hank either. It's just kind of like stands outside on its own, which is so it doesn't really matter what I feel, really.
Okay. Yeah, it's like you make it, you put it out there, and we do with it what we please.
No pressure.
Do you have any? Are there any albums or songs that come to mind, or songwriters that come to mind for you that kind of give you that experience?
Well, right now, I find that I think before I didn't, when I was like 18, I didn't quite get into Leonard Cohen as much, but he's one of those guys that because I used to be like, well, it's a bit too intense, but then as you live things, his intensity diminishes and yours increases in a way. Like you're like, oh, that isn't the craziest thing to say. That's quite tame, Leonard. Way to knock it out.
Yeah.
Of the park.
Right.
I don't know.
To get even more personal, you are someone who experiences synesthesia.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Which is a concept that's kind of hard to pinpoint. So can you kind of talk about, I guess like on the surface, it's like hearing colors or seeing sounds.
Yeah.
Like
I guess kids, when they're growing up, all the senses are mixed together, and then as you mature, they separate. And for some people, it doesn't. That's my understanding. But it's not that intense. Some people smell grass when they hear a note or something. It's not like that. But like, I just like keys and certain notes have colors and stuff like that. And when I was working on the record, it became more apparent because I would be like, let's get this like more shimmery and like black over here, and then the engineer Dave Smith, he was like, I really don't know what you mean. And I was like, oh, and he's like, no, it's been years. I've been meaning to tell you I don't know what you mean when you say that. And I thought we were totally on the same page. So then I was like, oh, so anyhow.
But you did find somebody while working on the album that kind of shares that experience with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I can say the first word of it. B, Don't Kill My Vibe, the Kendrick Lamar song.
Right.
At the end of it, there's like these great string players, and I was like, oh, they sound so good. That's the string section I want, and I wrote them. And there's like a violin and a viola player called Chargaux, and then they're amazing. And I was like, I think they're going to be able to do this without sheet music. That was my feeling because it was so flowy. Like if you listen to the end of that song, it's very like improvised, but also very like classically trained. And it turns out they're classically trained and improvisers, of course. And so yeah, I just would like kind of give them color directives, and Charlie was like, "Yeah, easy. This is the best," and it was really nice. And I was like, "This is amazing. Don't go."
That's pretty amazing to find a kindred spirit like that via Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean, Kendrick. What are you gonna do? You know, the king.
Right.
He's king. Step aside, Bob. I'm just. Whoa! I said it. No reaction. That's cool.
Today we're live and direct with Leif Vollebekk, who has a very beautiful new album out called Twin Solitude, and playing a show tonight at Club Cafe. And you're going to do another one for us. From what I understand, this song inspired by a Gillian Welch tune.
Well, it's a melody from I Dream a Highway off of Time the Revelator. And I was listening to that one quite a bit, and I accidentally wrote a song with it, I guess, and then I asked them if I could use it, and they said okay. So that was good. Yeah, so it's just the melody. Everything else is kind of unrelated, I guess. But,
well, let's take a listen. Here's East of Eden. We're live and direct with Leif Vollebekk.
Tell me where you're going. You got the jack of diamonds, you got the knight of hearts. The cards get stuck together, it's so hard to pull them apart. I think your face is showing. It ain't the first time that it's snowing. First time in years that it has stayed on the ground. And when it hits the street, oh, it don't make a sound. So there's just no way of knowing. Tell me, is she east of Eden? Is she just like a book and I don't want it to end? Take her with me where I go. Turn the pages slow. She just like a book, I don't want it to end. I love how we talk at night. I love how we talk at night in the blue electric light. I love how we talk at night. I love how we talk at night in the blue electric light. I'm not the only one. No, I'm not the only one. At least I'm not the lonely one. No, I'm not the only one. No, I'm not the only one. At least I'm not the lonely one. Just do what you were doing. What you were doing.
Thank you so much.
It's Leif Vollebekk, live and direct. Twin Solitude's a new album, and you're playing a show at Club Cafe tonight. So one last question. We should bring this full circle. I say pens and six. What do you say?
Pens and six. That's nice. I don't predict the future. I don't do it. I don't want to mess with it. I'm just excited that everyone's made it this far. You guys can just collect as many trophies, Stanley Cups as you want.
Hey, we
could use one. It'd be cool.
We don't hate you guys. That's the difference.
It's a nice vibe, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, it's like, yeah, well, like, everybody's like, well, Sid's, yeah, it's good. It's good. Everything's good.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much.